Good day everyone, my name is Jan Elisur de Hoya and today I will discuss to you the HTML attributes, understanding the role of attributes in HTML. So, what are HTML attributes? Attributes provide additional information about HTML elements. They are always specified in the opening tag and usually come in name and value pairs like name is equal to value. For example, in this case, href and src are attributes that point to external URLs or images, while the alt provides alternative text. So in this example, we have a element and its attributes href and its value, which is the https example.com. And another, we have image element with src attribute with its value image.jpg. So let's talk about the common HTML attributes. So we have ID, class, style, title, and long. In ID, it defines a unique identifier for an element. It uniquely identifies an element within the HTML document. It is useful for styling and JavaScript targeting. So like in this photo, we have h1 element, ID attribute is equal to title. So because we use ID, the title will be the unique identifier for H1. Next is the class. It defines one or more class names for styling purposes. So class groups elements together by applying the same class name. It typically used for styling via CSS. Like this. For it groups elements together. So next is the style. It inline CSS for the element. So it adds inline CSS styling directly to an element. Not recommended for a large-scale use, but useful for quick styling adjustments. Like this, if you want to style the H1, you will use style attributes. Next, the title. It adds extra information on a hover. So it provides extra information about the element, which is shown as a tooltip when hovering over it. So, and lastly, we have lang. That declares the language of the document or element. Like in this photo, we use long. Lang attribute is equal to n is equal to us. So it declares the language. So the n is dash us is it means English US. So let's move on to global attributes. So global attributes can be used on any HTML element. So we still have the ID, class, style lang for the global attributes. Next is the form-specific attributes. These attributes specifically designed for form elements. They help define how input buttons or select fields behave and interact with the user input. So we have the name, value, placeholder, and disabled. So for the name, it specifies the name of an input element. So it is used to identify the form data after submission, typically for server-side processing. Next is the value. It specifies the default value of an input element. So it defines the default value of an input element such as free field text or the value of a radio button. Next is the placeholder. It provides a hint or expected input. In placeholder, it displays a hint within the input field until the user starts typing. And lastly, the disabled. It disables input or making it uneditable. This is an example of code and this is an example of a form. Next is the image and link attributes. So we have we have src, alt, and href. So these attributes are used to specify the URL or path to resources like images or links. So in src, it specifies the source URL for an image. It specifies the source path for an image. Next is the alt. It provides alternative text for an image, which is useful for accessibility. And lastly, we have href that specifies the URL for a link. So we have an example right here. We use img element and we have src and alt attributes. So src for source URL for an image and alt for the alternative text. So if we can't access the src or the logo.png, we will see the company logo text. And an example of href is this. We have link text that when we click it, we go to the href value, which is the https example.com. Next, let's go to the best practices for using attributes. So, attributes help define how elements interact, and using them effectively ensures a better user experience. So, first, always use relevant attributes for accessibility. So, always use attributes for images to improve accessibility, especially for users with screen readers. Next, use descriptive values for ID and class attributes. So, be descriptive with ID and class names to ensure your code is readable and maintainable. And lastly, keep inline styles to a minimum. Prefer external CSS. So, avoid excessive use of inline styles via the style attribute. It's better to keep styling in separate CSS files for better maintainability. So in conclusion, HTML attributes are essential for adding functionality and enhancing the usability of web elements. They provide context, control form data, and trigger events, making web pages more dynamic and user-friendly. By following best practices like ensuring accessibility and clean code, developers can create more effective and maintainable websites. So that's all. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.